Okay, good morning. We're going to make some Raisin Bran muffins that have a twist. You could call it a secret ingredient, and it'll be along later in the video. Right now we have a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. We're going to add 2 cups of Raisin Bran cereal. We're going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to add a 1/3 cup of sugar, regular white granulated sugar, and 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar. We're going to add, because I like raisins more than most people, I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of extra raisins. And then the secret ingredient, which is earlier than I really wanted to reveal it, is a 1/2 cup of shredded wheat. Then we're going to stir all that together, which is maybe easier with a spatula. We want to make sure it's pretty well mixed. And then we're going to just set that aside, and in another bowl we have a 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk substitute. I made this a few minutes ago, so it's extra chunky. We have a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 1 egg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we're going to whisk all that together. And once that's whisked together, we're going to bring back our dry ingredients, and we're just going to dump the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and we're going to mix all of that up. You want to mix it until you know it's quite well mixed. I'm still finding dry spots. All right, once it's all mixed, then we're just going to let that set aside for about 45 minutes. That'll give the cereal time enough to soak up all of that liquid and turn everything nice and soft, and then we'll bake them. Okay, about 40 minutes has passed. I just turned on the oven, and now we're going to put our cup liners in our muffin pan. We're going for 12 muffins here. I have a love-hate relationship with these muffin liners. I love the fact that I can use them over and over and over again, and that they don't create a mess, and they don't put more trash in my trash bin. What I don't like is they sometimes can be a little hard to clean. All right, this has sat for all this time, and now we're just going to put it in our muffin cups. Now, I have never made these with the shredded wheat before, but I really like shredded wheat cereal, and I'm thinking that it's going to add a little bit different flavor to it. And I guess we'll find that out in a few minutes. I turned my oven on to 375, and they're going to be in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, in this household, there's one problem with this kind of muffin. My wife won't eat them, and I end up eating them all. I honestly don't know how full to fill the cups, so we're experimenting there as well. There we are. 12 muffins ready to cook. So we'll bake them, and then after they're done, I will slather them with butter and give them a valid taste test. Okay, here's our completed muffins. And I'm going to cut one open and see how they look. Now, these cooked for 18 minutes, and they're done. Now, I had to leave for a few minutes, so these are cold. I'm going to nuke one before I put butter on it, because I can't stand butter that isn't melted. All right, I've got one now that's all buttered and nice and warm. Let's test it and see what it tastes like. Well, the good news is it's very, very good. The bad news is now I'm going to have to eat all 12 of them by myself. Thanks for watching. If you like muffins, watch this video.